Hey guys, Donahue again, and welcome back for part 2 of the 1/44 scale high grit Universal Century Visch Donahue custom set. This time, the Gelgoog. Starting off, I have to point out this is a remold of the Shar's Gelgoog, not the normal production Gelgoog. For colors, it's not that relevant, but it will become more relevant with the accessories. So comparing the color schemes, you'll immediately notice that there's a lot of traffic, and that there's only, well, you don't have two colors here, it's just a uniform green color. Other than that, we have gray for the joints and the weapons. There's lighter gray for the shield and Naginata, and that was yellow on Shar's Gelgoog and the normal Gelgoog. And then to top it all off, we have black for the kneecaps here and black for the soles. Also on the inside of the eye camera. Stickers, just like the goof, not a lot. You only have one sticker here for the head, and it's a black sticker with the eye molded in the black sticker. So it's not a separate eye sticker, which does mean it's not that hard to get it right. It's not really that clear, but I'm sure you can see it. And then finally, there's also a nice metallic one here in the beam rifle. And also, the eye is also metallic. Just like with the goof, the original one is like just pinkish, and this one is really nice metallic red, which is of course a lot cooler. And then finally, you do get these clear stickers. Let's see where I put a little paper here. As you can see, you get the big one for the shield, you get smaller ones for the shoulders, and you have some various stripes here and there. So apply them however you want. And oh yeah, this is the extra manual, because like I said, with the goof, you get the normal manual. So you get a manual for Shar's Gelgoog, meaning don't be worried if you buy this set later on and you see the Shar's manual and don't think it's a fake. There is no special Visch Donahue custom manual. That's just how lazy they are with these special models. And oh, finally, we also, of course, get the very nice clear beams. Onto articulation, the head goes bit up, bit down, not really a lot, will turn around all the way. If you force it hard enough, then you can also remove the top of his scalp and maneuver the mono eye around. It's a little bit hard to do, but you can do it. Also, you get these little two thingies on here, which does make it a little bit easier. Well, say a little bit, quite a lot actually. And now you just gotta get it back. So yeah, that mono eye isn't gonna move unless you want it to move. And also bonus points for having a really, really easy removable scalp. This is how all the scalps should be. It's on there sturdy enough to not randomly fall off, but it's still really, really easy to remove. Then we get to the shoulders, go a little bit forwards and backwards, really nicely forwards, a little bit backwards, rotate around all the way, then goes up. Well, let's see, it goes up about this far, then get once again same joint, goes up a little bit like that, and shoulder arm itself also goes up about that far. Then rotates around below the shoulder, bends the elbow at one joint, hands are on the ball joint, so we'll wiggle around and do everything a ball joint does. Then some really, really cool articulation in the waist, goes forwards, backwards really far, and we'll also rotate at the waist. And not just that, also goes side to side. It is on a ball joint, so we'll also wiggle around. Really, really nice waist articulation. And they also did a really fine job with these front skirts. Even better articulation than the Master Grade 1.0. So kudos there. It goes forwards really far like that, backwards about that far. Go out as far as the ball joint will allow. Then a little bit side to side like this. And we have an extra joint here, which allows some extra swiveling. Then these thrusters here move a tiny little bit. I'm not really sure if they're supposed to move or if it's just because they have a little bit of give. Then the knees are double jointed. Once again, really nice articulation, and I'm pretty sure that's better than the Masquerade 1.0 once again. And put that back. Now we get to the feet. Go forwards about that far, backwards a little bit, side to side really nicely, and we'll rotate around. Almost, nope, all the way if you force them hard enough. Then, once again, if you try hard enough, they will go out like that, but yeah, they do look a little bit funny like that. Now, let's put that back. So the articulation is really, really good in this model kit. But now, remember what I said about this being a mold of the Char's Gelgoog? Well, accessories will definitely show that. For starters, we of course get the beam rifle, which is a little bit loose in the hand, as you can see. But what you want to do is kind of make it so that it's jam the hand so that the stock of the beam rifle rubs against the lower arm. That really makes it stay. So it's a little bit of a problem, but it can easily be fixed. Then for hands, we get two of these holding hands, but I can't for the life of me find the right holding hand, not even of my normal Gelgoog, so sorry about that. And one trigger finger hand, and one really nice looking holding hand. Or well, holding hand, grabbing hand, supporting hand, so you can use it to like hold the beam rifle, though it doesn't look that good, but the manual does show it like that. I haven't seen anyone holding a beam rifle, or any kind of gun for that matter, like this. I don't recommend it either. So it's better to kind of like, no, something like that. Then we of course get the beam naginata with a storage clip, and the cool thing is you can either store it on here or unplug it and put it on either one of these spots here. Put that in there. Talking about the beam naginata, we also have a little clip that can be removed here, but unfortunately you do not get the storage rack you get with the normal Gelgoog. Like I said, accessories are a little bit more limited here. And then the shield can either be put on the arm or pop it off. Flip the switch, and man, there's a lot of traffic today. Put this on there, and now the shield is on the back. Also, in case you didn't see, there are actually two holes. There's one for the shield here, and one for the beam naginata, in case you wouldn't want the beam naginata on the shield, which does seem like a good option, because why would you want your beam saber stored on your shield? You're going to use this as the block, and knowing UC, shields do get destroyed quite easily. And unfortunately, that's almost everything. Only one thing left to show: the beam blades. Just pop them in there. Go, make sure they're nice. Looks really cool and also fits in the hand rather well. Do sometimes have to fiddle around with it a little bit. There's like this sweet spot, and there we go. Like I said, you have to fiddle around with it a little bit, but once you get it right, it's not going to fall out unless you touch it again. So it's a little bit, yeah. Oh, there we go. And now, you're just gonna have to take my word for it. Sometimes you can find it really easily, and sometimes it takes a little bit. So it could have been a bit better, but it's not the worst. It's a lot better than the Heat Hawks of the Zakus, which have no hope of being good. But that's not all. You get quite a lot more accessories. all of this crap. Holy shit. And you know why they have these two runners? Well, that's because they wanted to make this in green, so you get an entire extra runner. You get an extra front for the shield. And let's see what else we get. We get an entire beam rifle, which I haven't assembled yet, but believe me, it's all there. And it's green, so that's still a nifty little thing. Oof, jump cut. So you had the beam rifle. Let's look at all the other things we get. We get thrusters. Well, the skirt thrusters, the leg thrusters. We get the elbows, the shoulders, the ankles, his waist, insides for the jet engines on his arm, the insides for those shoulder pads, the neck, the knees. We get the complete knees, by the way. Get the mechanical parts for the shield, and I think, oof, that's about it. That's pretty much enough already. Essentially, anything that's the darker gray on this model can be made in green. You can look at it from the bright side and say that you get a lot of customization options, or you can say that it's a big fucking waste of money. Also because, look at these parts here. You can see that there's like something on it, and this mark means that this whole thing is an extra part which has its own separate, I don't know, runner molding thingy. So couldn't they have just given us this separately? I'm 90% sure they could have done that, because that's how these things work. This is like an add-on which they can add and also take off. So why did they have to do it like this? Or is it actually cheaper to just leave it as is in the short run? I don't know, but yeah, it just seems quite, how to put it, overkill to include all of this just to have the shield in the right color. That being said, the gray does look pretty nice as well. So yeah, let's end it with a high note and say that it gives you extra customization options. And that is everything you get for accessories, which is once again why I said that it is relevant. This is the Shards Gelgoog. You don't get any different heads, and I mean, you don't get a head without the commander antenna, you don't get the cannon head, you don't get any of the arm attachments, and I'm pretty sure this guy could also be equipped with like an armed Gatling gun and something else. So it would have been really cool if they'd given us some extra accessories to make this custom set really worth it. One final thing is that if you remove this cover right here, I have to pull out the legs in order to do it though, it will reveal, come on, out you come, there, out you, there you go. It will reveal a little slit that is for the small action base, the second action base number 2. Let's put that back in here, and it's a little bit loose in there because it will just fall out, but if you put him in there, he's not going to fall out. So it's not a perfect fit, but it sure as hell does the job. You can hold him even horizontally and it's not going to fall out. So if he's just on there at a slight angle, there's no danger of your Gelgoog falling off. Like I said with the goof, I can't do a do you want to buy this yet. I'm going to do it in part 3. But as far as this guy goes, well, the problem is it's the Shards Gelgoog mold. And in my opinion, the Gelgoog / Gelgoog cannon kit is far superior because it's 100 yen more expensive, but you get a lot more accessories. And accessory-wise, yeah, they could have thrown in something special, something that's really unique for Visch Donahue, like throw in that armed Gatling gun or give us something, but it is really just a carbon copy of the old Gelgoog. Of course, the same goes for the goof. And well, as far as color scheme goes, it's not like it's like a giant improvement. The normal Gelgoog, I'd say, looks pretty damn realistic as is. And when you add all that extra shit you get, yeah, it's not really all that impressive as far as limited models go. I mean, whoa, an entire extra runner just to get the right color on the shield. Quite hefty. But yeah, overall, the model itself, it's still a good looking model. I do have to say the 100th Century mold for the goof isn't as good as the Masquerade, but still, it looks the part. Really nice mold. The articulation is fantastic. I have to say that. The colors also look great. I really like a simple color scheme like this. Just like the Gym Sniper. It's really plain, basic, and this is what you'd expect to find from a jungle mobile suit. So this, well, as far as hiding goes for 80-meter big mobile suits, this could actually hide in the jungle. So essentially, I'm a little bit disappointed, but yeah, it's still a great looking model. So here it is next to the normal Gelgoog. Smaller comparison with the goof. Some other Gelgoogs. Here's the Gelgoog Jaeger. And when we compare him next to the G3 gun, we see that it's a quite big mobile suit. And oh yeah, I just was talking about the Gym Sniper, so let's grab that one too. And here we have these two next to each other. A very similar color scheme actually, even though the shade of green is quite somewhat darker on the Gym Sniper. Well, that's all for part 2, and see you at part 3 for the conclusion of this set.